In the vast and wondrous theater of life, arid deserts, deep oceans, evolution scripts the roles for countless species, each with its own unique story of survival. But for some, the narrative seems almost cruelly written. Today, we're exploring the animal kingdom to discover creatures that seem to have drawn the short straw in evolution. Their existence is a testament to the relentless and sometimes seemingly unforgiving pressures of the natural world. These are not tales of failure, but rather of incredible resilience against overwhelming odds. From bizarre adaptations that appear more as burdens than benefits, to harsh habitats that push life to its absolute limits, these animals face unique challenges every single day. Their stories are a poignant reminder that the path of evolution is not always a straightforward march towards perfection. Instead, it is a meandering, often difficult journey, filled with compromises and trade-offs. We will witness how some creatures are equipped with tools that, while remarkable, also place them in grave danger, or how their very biology makes them exquisitely vulnerable to a changing world. Join me as we journey across continents, deep underground burrows, remote islands, to meet these extraordinary beings. Their struggles and triumphs offer a profound insight into the intricate and often paradoxical workings of nature. Stay tuned to learn about the most unfortunate animals in nature, and to appreciate the sheer tenacity required for them to simply exist. Their stories, I assure you, are some of the most compelling and moving in the entire animal kingdom. Our journey begins deep beneath the sun-scorched earth of East Africa. In a world devoid of light, a hidden labyrinth runs beneath the surface. Here lives the naked mole rat. Its name is a starkly accurate description. It is almost entirely hairless. Its pink, wrinkled skin, loosely draped over a sausage-like body. One might look and see only frailty, a creature ill-equipped for this harsh, abrasive world. Its appearance seems a catalogue of disadvantages. The skin looks tender and vulnerable against the rough-hewn tunnels it navigates. Its eyes are mere specks, almost entirely useless in the perpetual dark, and its large, protruding teeth, which never stop growing. They look almost comically oversized for its small head, a portrait of evolutionary compromise, yet to dismiss it as unfortunate would be to misunderstand it entirely. This creature is a master of its extreme environment. Its loose, baggy skin is not a weakness. It allows the mole rat to wriggle backwards and forwards through tight tunnels with remarkable ease. The wrinkles and folds are not signs of age or infirmity. They permit extraordinary flexibility in confined spaces. The lack of fur is a masterstroke of energy conservation. In the stable, warm temperatures of its underground colony, a thick coat would be unnecessary. Instead, it huddles with its colony mates for warmth. This is not a solitary creature. It is a member of a highly organized, eusocial community, much like ants, like bees, with a single breeding queen. We travel now to the ancient, isolated forests of New Zealand, a land that time seems to have forgotten. It is here, under the cloak of darkness, that we find one of the world's most charming and most critically endangered birds, the kakapo. This is no ordinary parrot. It is the world's heaviest, and the only one that cannot fly. Its fate is a poignant story of how specialization, once a great advantage, can become a fatal flaw. For millions of years, New Zealand was a land without ground-dwelling mammalian predators. In this safe haven, the kakapo's ancestors had no need for flight. So, over countless generations, their wings grew small and their bodies grew large and heavy. They became creatures of the forest floor, evolving a mossy green plumage that provided perfect camouflage amongst the ferns and foliage. The kakapo, whose name means night parrot in Maori, is a gentle, slow-moving herbivore. At night, it uses its strong legs to clamber up into trees and shrubs to feed, and then glides rather ungracefully back down to the ground. But this paradise was not to last. With the arrival of humans came new and deadly threats: stoats, ferrets, cats, rats. For these swift, efficient hunters, the kakapo was tragically easy prey. Its instinct, when threatened, is not to flee but to freeze, relying on the camouflage that had served it so well for so long. Against a predator that hunts by scent, this strategy is utterly useless. The kakapo's reproductive strategy is also a significant handicap in its fight for survival. From the forests of New Zealand, our search takes us to the cool waters of a single lake complex near Mexico City Lake Xochimilco. Here lives a creature that seems to have discovered the fountain of youth, but at a tremendous cost. This is the axolotl, a salamander that never grows up. It is a living paradox, a creature perpetually suspended in a state of childhood. Most amphibians, like frogs and other salamanders, undergo a process called metamorphosis. They begin life as aquatic larvae, breathing through gills and transform into air-breathing terrestrial adults. The axolotl, however, defies this fundamental rule of amphibian life. It reaches adulthood and can reproduce all while retaining the features of its juvenile larval form, a phenomenon known as neoteny. It keeps its feathery external gills which branch out from its head like a magnificent crimson mane. It retains its tadpole-like dorsal fin and lives its entire life underwater. It has lungs, but they are rudimentary. It relies on its gills, and to some extent breathes through its skin. It is, for all intents and purposes, a Peter Pan of the animal world, forever bound to its aquatic nursery. This perpetual youthfulness comes with an extraordinary superpower: regeneration. The axolotl can regrow not just limbs but also damaged portions of its spinal cord, and even its brain, without any scarring. Scientists are captivated by this ability, studying it in the hope of unlocking secrets that could be applied to human medicine. We now burrow back underground, this time into the marshy, waterlogged soils of eastern North America. Our subject seems assembled from spare parts, a small mammal with one of the most bizarre appendages. This is the star-nosed mole, defined by the fleshy, star-shaped growth on the end of its snout. This star is an organ of incredible complexity and sensitivity. It's composed of 22 mobile, pink, fleshy tentacles all arranged in a circle. Not an organ of smell, it's an organ of touch. Covered in more than 25,000 minute sensory receptors known as Armour's organs. This star gives the mole a view of its world that's almost impossible for us to conceive. Its touch rendered in high definition. The mole lives a life of frenetic activity in complete darkness. As it forages, its star is in constant motion, touching with astonishing speed. It can touch up to 12 different places in a single second, building a detailed, three-dimensional image in its brain. It's one of the fastest foragers, identifying and consuming food in less than a quarter of a second. It finds tiny invertebrates, worms, insects, crustaceans in damp soil and murky water with unparalleled efficiency. Our journey now takes us to the forests and grasslands of Asia and Africa in search of a shy, nocturnal creature that seems to have walked out of a prehistoric storybook. This is the pangolin, the world's only mammal covered from head to toe in scales. These scales, made of keratin, the same material as our own fingernails, are its defining feature and, tragically, the cause of its immense suffering. When threatened, the pangolin's primary defense is to roll up into a tight, almost impenetrable ball. The overlapping scales form a formidable suit of armor, sharp-edged, strong, capable of protecting it from the powerful jaws of predators. Lion, tiger. Tucked away inside, the pangolin is safe, waiting patiently for the danger to pass. It is a simple, passive, and for millions of years highly effective defensive strategy. Pangolins are specialist insectivores using their long, sticky tongues, which can actually be longer than their own bodies, to feast on ants' termites. They have no teeth. Their powerful front claws are used not for fighting but for ripping open insect nests and digging burrows. They are solitary, secretive animals, and much of their behavior remains a mystery to science. They are gentle souls, quietly going about their business under the cover of night. We return to New Zealand, a land of unique evolutionary stories, to meet its most famous resident and national icon. This is the kiwi, a bird so peculiar it seems to defy avian logic. A member of the retite family, alongside ostriches and emus, the kiwi is a flightless bird of the forest floor. Its life is a series of challenges, many of which stem from its strange physiology and most notably, its reproductive burden. The kiwi is a creature of the night, emerging from its burrow after dusk to probe the soil with its long, sensitive bill. Unlike other birds, its nostrils are located right at the tip of its bill, giving it an excellent sense of smell, which it uses to sniff out worms and insects underground. Its eyesight, however, is exceptionally poor. It navigates a dark world not by sight but by smell and by touch, its bill tapping the ground ahead of it like a blind man's cane. Its body is stout and pear-shaped, covered in shaggy, hair-like feathers. Its wings are vestigial, tiny stubs hidden beneath its plumage, completely useless for flight. It is, in essence, an honorary mammal, filling an ecological niche that, on other continents, would be occupied by a badger or a shrew. But the kiwi's greatest and most perilous trial is the act of reproduction. For our final animal, we journey to the island of Madagascar, a hotbed of unique and bizarre evolution. Deep in the island's rainforests lives a creature so strange, so otherworldly, that it has become a victim of fear and superstition. This is the ai, a nocturnal primate whose appearance and habits have, unfortunately, condemned it in the eyes of local people. The ai looks like a creature conjured from a nightmare. Large, luminous eyes that glow in the dark, huge, sensitive ears that can rotate independently, a coat of shaggy, unkempt black fur. It is its hands, however, that are the most peculiar and unsettling feature. They are large, with long, spindly fingers tipped with claws, but it is the third finger on each hand that truly sets it apart. This middle finger is exceptionally long, thin, skeletal in appearance. It moves with an unnerving ball-and-socket flexibility independent of the other digits. This finger is not a malformation, it is a highly specialized tool. From the wrinkled naked mole rat to the persecuted eye, we have journeyed to the far corners of the world to meet animals facing extraordinary adversity. Their stories are not just tales of misfortune but of incredible adaptation and survival against the odds. They are living proof that the path of evolution is not a simple ladder of progress, but a complex, branching tree with niches for even the most specialized and seemingly disadvantaged creatures. These animals remind us that nature isn't always fair, but each plays a vital role in their ecosystem, a part in a much grander play. The challenges these animals face, from flightlessness to a dependence on a single food source to the fatal curse of superstition, are immense. Yet they persevere. Their existence enriches our world, adding to the beautiful and sometimes bizarre tapestry of life on Earth. By learning their stories, we become their allies. If you enjoyed learning about these unique creatures and the challenges they overcome, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more amazing animal stories. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the more challenging corners of the natural world.